guys, it's Mrs. Glenn. Welcome to the 4.8 Solving Linear Systems by Elimination Part 2. So what do you do if there are no matching coefficients? Well, what you're going to do is multiply by a factor with each equation to create opposites so they cancel a variable when you add the two equations together. I'm going to show you what that looks like in the next few slides. Okay, so on this slide, you're going to look at the second equation and see what is the opposite sign of that. So the opposite of 2 is negative 2, and you're going to multiply the first equation by that negative 2. So we're going to rewrite that over here, and we multiply everything by negative 2, which turns that into negative 2x minus 6y equals negative 12, because we multiplied everything by negative 2. Then you're going to bring down your second equation, and you're going to add those two equations together because you wanted to get rid of the x term. So when we add those two together, you get rid of the x term because negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Then negative 6 plus negative 7 is negative 13y. And then your negative 12 plus negative 1 is negative 13. So now you're just going to solve for y. And you get y equals 1. So now we're going to substitute y equals 1 back into either one of the equations. It doesn't matter. I'm going to pick the first one just because it's easier. So then you plug in 1 where y is, and you're going to solve for y with this. And you get x equals 3. So therefore, the solution where these two lines cross is 3, 1. All right, so for this question, you're going to look at the 3, and you're going to figure out what is the opposite of 3. So the opposite of 3 would be negative 3. So you're going to take that negative 3, and you're going to multiply the second equation by that. So everything is being multiplied by negative 3. So that turns into negative 6x minus 3y equals negative 15. And then because you changed that second equation, you're not going to add the second equation with that. You want to add the first equation that you haven't done anything with yet. So you're going to bring that down and add it down. So negative 6 plus 9 would turn into 3x. Negative 3y plus 3y cancels out your y's, giving you 0y. And then negative 15 plus 12 gives you negative 3. So you just solve for x. Divide by 3, and you get x equals negative 1. So now that we know what x equals, we're going to substitute it back in where x is in either equation. I just picked the first one. So 9 times negative 1 plus 3y equals 12. Then you're going to solve for y. And so we distributed the 9 times negative 1, got negative 9. Now I'm going to add 9 to the other side, giving us 3y equals 21. Divide by 3, and you get y equals 7. So the solution is x equals negative 1, y equals 7, so it's negative 1, 7 for your ordered pair. All right, so for this one, it's a little bit tricky because the opposite of 4 is negative 4. But if you look in the first equation, you see there is a minus sign. And because of that minus sign, we don't want to multiply by negative 4, because if we do, it'll actually make it a positive 4. And when we add those two together, it would be 8y, which doesn't get rid of the y term. So because the minus sign is already there, all you have to do is multiply by 4 on the top. So when you do, you end up getting 12x minus 4y equals 56. And you notice how the middle term now is negative 4y, and the second equation has a positive 4y. So when we add those two together, it will get rid of the y's, which is our goal. So now we're just going to add them together, and you get 17x equals 68 because the y term cancels out. Divide by 17, and you get x equals 4. Now substitute your 4 back into x in either equation. I just picked the first one. So that's 3 times 4 minus y equals 14. So you get 12 minus y equals 14. So to get rid of that negative y, I'm going to add y to both sides. It just makes it a little bit easier. Then you have to subtract 14, and you get y equals negative 2. So our ordered pair is 4, negative 2. And that's the solution for these two equations. All right, so for number 4, you see there's a 5 there, and the reason why I picked that one is because you can get rid of the x in the first equation by multiplying by the opposite of 5, which is negative 5. So we're going to multiply everything by negative 5 in the first equation, which turns into negative 5x minus 5y equals 15. Then you're going to add those two equations together to get rid of the x term. And negative 5x plus 5x is 0x, so that cancels out your x term. And then negative 5y plus negative 2y is the same thing as minus 2y, so that's negative 7y. And 15 minus 50 is negative 35. Then solve for y by dividing by negative 7, and you get y equals 5. Then you're going to substitute y equals 5 back into either equation. I just picked the first one. So x plus 5 equals negative 3. Remember, get in the habit of putting whatever you're substituting in a parentheses, just in case there's a minus sign there. So we have x plus 5 equals negative 3, so we're going to subtract 5, and you get x equals negative 8. So your solution is negative 8 comma 5 as the ordered pair. All right, so for number 5, you're going to multiply by negative 3 because the second equation already has a minus sign. So if we multiply by negative 3 in the second equation, it's going to make us have a positive 3y, which will cancel out the y term. So when you multiply negative 3 by everything, you get negative 6x plus 3y equals 15. So now we're going to add those two equations together. So you can see in the middle term is 3y, and then the bottom is a negative 3y, which will give us a canceled out y term. So we're left with negative 3x equals 12. And divide by negative 3, and you get x equals negative 4. So now we're going to substitute that back into either equation. I just picked the bottom equation. So 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Minus y equals negative 5. So we're going to add y so that we don't have a negative y. Then we're going to add 5. So we get y equals negative 3. So our solution is negative 4 comma negative 3. All right, so for number 6, we're going to multiply by negative 2 on everything so that it cancels out the y term. But also, if you look, if we multiply the first equation by negative 2, it's going to change the x term to negative 6. So therefore, it will also cancel out the x term. So let's see what that looks like. So when we multiply everything by negative 2, it turns into negative 6x minus 2y equals negative 4. Then you're going to add your second equation with the first equation that you changed, and you get 0x plus 0y equals 0. So that means 0 equals 0, so therefore there's infinitely many solutions because they're the same line. All right, so this one's a little bit different because you can't just multiply by the opposite because there is no opposite, because the y value is not by itself and an x value is not by itself. So what you want to do is you want to look and see, kind of like when you're trying to find a common denominator with fractions, you're trying to see if there's two numbers that have a common multiple that you can multiply by. So you can do that for the first equation. If we multiplied by negative 2, it would make that term equal negative 8, and you would be able to cancel out your y term because negative 8 plus 8 is 0. So let's multiply everything by negative 2 in the first equation. And that would equal negative 6x minus 8y equals negative 12. Then you're going to add that second equation with that to cancel out your y term, which ends up equaling x equals negative 2. So now we're going to take negative 2 and substitute it into x in either equation. I'm just going to pick the second one. So 7 times negative 2 plus 8y equals 10, which is negative 14 plus 8y equals 10. Then add 14 to both sides, and divide by 8, and you get y equals 3. So if x equals negative 2 and y equals 3, then our ordered pair is negative 2 comma 3. All right, so for number 8, you'll notice that you can't multiply by the opposite of either one because all of them are different. So what you want to do is figure out what number do you want to multiply by, like we did in the previous question with the common denominator. So we have to figure out a common denominator. So the easiest way to do that is just to multiply by the opposite number. So if we see there we have a 5 in the opposite, So if we multiplied by the first equation by negative 5, we would be able to get negative 15. And if we multiply the bottom equation by a positive 3, we would get a positive 15. So that when we add a negative 15 and a positive 15, you would get 0, which is our goal to get rid of the x term. So let's go ahead and do that. So when we multiply the first equation by negative 5 and the second equation by 3, you get negative 15x minus 15y equals negative 45. And then you get 15x plus 12y equals 30. So now we're going to add those two equations together, which cancels out our x term. So you're left with negative 3y equals negative 15. So we're going to divide by negative 3 to get y equals 5. So now you take y equals 5 and you substitute it into one of the equations. I picked the first equation. So we get 3x plus 3 times 5 equals 9, which turns into 3x plus 15 equals 9. So you're going to subtract 15 on both sides. Then you're going to divide by 3, and you get x equals negative 2. So if x equals negative 2 and y equals 5, then the ordered pair is negative 2, comma 5. All right, so for number 9, you're going to see that it has the same issue. So we think of what will make the opposite signs. So you can add down and get 0x. So if we multiplied the first equation by 5 and the second equation by 2, you would get a 10x in the top and a negative 10x in the bottom. So 10 plus negative 10 is 0, which would get rid of the x term. So let's go ahead and do that. So the first equation would turn into 10x minus 20y equals 90 when you distribute the 5. And the second equation would turn into negative 10x minus 12y equals 6 when you distribute the 2. So we're going to add those two equations together, canceling out our x term, giving us negative 32y equals 96. Then divide by negative 32 on both sides. So you get y equals negative 3. Then you're going to substitute negative 3 back into either equation. I just picked the first one. So then it's 2x minus 4 times negative 3 equals 18. Then when you multiply negative 4 times negative 3, you get a positive 12. Subtract 12 on both sides. And you get 2x equals 6. Divide by 2. And you get x equals 3. So if x equals 3 and y equals negative 3, our ordered pair is 3 comma negative 3. For number 10, you're going to try to find the two numbers to multiply those equations by to cancel out your x term. So if we multiplied the first one by a positive 2 and the second one by a positive 7, we would get 14x in the first one and a negative 14x in the second one. And 14x plus a negative 14x would give us that 0x that we're looking for. So let's go ahead and do that. And the first equation would turn into 14x plus 10y equals negative 26 when you distribute the 2. Second equation would turn into negative 14x minus 49y equals 182. Add your two equations together, and you would cancel out your x term, and then you would be left with negative 39y equals 156. Divide by negative 39, and you get y equals negative 4. Take that negative 4 and substitute it back into one of the equations where y is. I chose the first equation. So 7x plus 5 times negative 4 equals negative 13. Multiply your 5 and your negative 4 and get negative 20. Add 20 to both sides. You get 7x equals 7. Divide by 7. You get x equals 1. So if x equals 1 and y equals negative 4, your solution would be 1 comma negative 4. All right, so for number 11, you have to figure out what to multiply the top and bottom by to cancel out whichever term you decide. So I'm going to choose the x term. So if we multiplied the top one by negative 3 and the bottom one by 2, you would get negative 6x, and then on the bottom you would get a positive 6x. So that would cancel out your x term. So if we multiplied the first equation by negative 3, it would equal negative 6x minus 12y equals negative 18. And if we multiplied the second equation by 2, you would get 6x plus 12y equals 24. So add those two equations together. You end up canceling out both terms because negative 6x plus 6x is 0, x, and negative 12y plus 12y is 0y. When you add negative 18 plus 24, you get 6. And 0 equals 6, which is not, you can't have 0 equals 6. So that means that the two lines are parallel and there are no solutions because they will never cross each other. All right, and for the last one, number 12, you're going to look at the 5 and 7 and what would multiply for the top and the bottom to cancel those out. So we're going to multiply by negative 7 on top, giving us negative 35x, and multiply by 5 on the bottom, which give us positive 35x. So when we do that, top would get negative 35x minus 63y equals 70 when you distribute the negative 7. And when you multiply by 5 on the bottom, you would get 35x plus 50y equals negative 5. Then you're going to add those down, which cancels out your x value, and you're left with negative 13y equals 65. Divide by negative 13, and you get y equals negative 5. Substitute that negative 5 into either equation where y is. I chose the first one. So 5x plus 9 times your negative 5 equals negative 1, which would equal 5x minus 45 equals negative 10. Add 45 to both sides. You're left with 5x equals 35. Divide by 5. X equals 7. So if x equals 7 and y equals negative 5, your order pair is 7, negative 5. Go Seahawks.